Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Yeah. Get up and dance like a winner this morning. Huh? It's a good day to be alive. It's a good day to be happy. Remember, happiness is internal, right? In the midst of the storm, you can rest in peace. Yeah. Hey, good morning to you, Miss Jeremiah. I haven't heard from you in ages. I hope you're fine, yeah? Good morning to you wherever you are, whatever you're doing, all the busmen of the nation. Good morning, what up? And the driver and passengers of HD390. H4842, good morning also. All those of you coming down on the western side of the island, good morning, Faj and Zanda and Boyo and that. Those are the names that I can remember on that side. Those of you traveling from Grenville through River Sally and Hermitage heading on to Sates, good morning. Martin, the Boopy, good morning. How you doing, bro? Hope you're doing fine. Saying good morning to the folks inside of River Sally and Latast. The bus is coming down over the hills. Please be careful, okay? Norbert Red Hot Julian, good morning to you, bro. You and your passengers at this time. There's supposed to be a security guard on that bus. He's also a profound drummer. Good morning, tall man. What's up? Zai, good morning. Mr. Celestine, good morning. KB. Ram Marcus. Pakai. Avon, Anon. Who else? Good morning to all of you, yeah? Those of you coming down on the eastern coast, good morning. The Grandans busmen, good morning. Be a winner today, right? Today, all obstacles will fall. Yeah. Morning to all the police officers of the nation, the rank and file of the RGPF. Got your hands cut out for you nowadays, man. This gun violence thing. Think I'm going to invite somebody to talk. Let's talk, man. Let's see how we can do this together from a community standpoint. Good morning, teacher Reggie. Good morning. How do you do? You and the family. Tayo and the guys, good morning. Adrian Pusuda Thomas, the Honorable, good morning, sir, to you and yours. One more time. The folks inside of Malmont and Canal, good morning. Central. Belial, good morning. Nice. All those of you in the diaspora locked on, good morning to you at this time. Hope you're doing fine. Mildred Smith, good morning to you. Hope you're doing fine so far. Yeah, Erlin, good morning. Let's see who's on our Facebook page this morning. Mary Banks is there. So too is Catherine Phillip. Good morning, Catherine. Lydia Cameron is there. Mildred Smith, good morning. And to all platform lovers, she says, have a productive day. Good. Sharon Bartholomew, good morning. Let me see what is happening here with my... Yeah, all right. That's good. It's all good. Nice. Let me see. What's going on here with you now? How come you're running on me? Okay. Oh, that is what it is. All right. Good. Lovely. 22 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is the time. Let me see. Mildred Smith is there. Sharon Bartholomew is there. Yulin Alexander, rather. Good morning, Yulin. How are you doing? Jillian McIntyre is here. Good morning, Jillian. Let me see you dance. Mildred, if you see me, if you want water to fall, if you want rain to fall in Grenada, let me dance, all right? Rain will fall. Michelle Bernard, good morning to you. All right. Sylvina Charles, good morning, innocent. Take it away, man. Dancing for the Lord. Yeah. Rochelle Cummings, good morning. Blessed day all. Veronica Sandy, good morning. Gordon Innocent, Joseph and GBN. Grenada Karaoke Matney, good morning. Zai, the bus driver, Mildred Smith says hi. Sylvina Charles, good morning. Veronica Sandy. All right, Gordon, it's counting down days for me now. You're coming home. All right. Nice. Anika Reese, good morning. All right, good, nice. Let me see who's here on the WhatsApp platform. Anybody here? Anybody home? Good morning, Petlin and the folks in Munich. Yep. Nice. Sharon Bartholomew says, so then dance innocent, we need some rain up in the St. Patrick area. Thank you, St. Patrick alone that need rain. Tell Joe, good morning, Grenada. Blessings out of Maryland. Nice. Good morning to Kathy and Adams and family out there in Florida, the Sunshine State. Kenneth, Zuri, and Solange, good morning. Auntie, good morning. Miss Winifred Hancock, good morning to you and the folks inside of Castine and Monlong and Cloge. Beauregard, good morning. Pastor Paul Millett, good morning. Nice. Hey, we're running out of time, boy. Let's head to the program. What is the word of the day today? The word of the day today, it is a verb. It is forfend, F-O-R-F-E-N-D. Forfend. And it is used in context relating to some kind of real or pretended danger or other unpleasantness. In humorous or ironic use, a forfend typically appears in the phrase heaven forfend, and like heaven forbid, expresses a usually ironic desire that something not happen or be done. In general use, if you forfend something unwanted or undesirable, you ward it off or prevent it, and if you forfend yourself from or against something, you protect and preserve yourself from it. Lengthy explanation there. But here's how we can use the word in a sentence, yeah? Heaven forfend that people actually pick up dictionaries and read them. That's ironic, yeah? We can also say by studying your dictionary, you may forfend any risk of not knowing the meaning of a word. Nice. You can say that to forfend against the prospect of being at a loss for words, we recommend that you read the word of the day daily. 19 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning. How do you do? All right, this morning is going to be a busy one as it relates to the conversation. We have we have two sets of guests. Good morning to Nadisha and the folks inside of Cafe Kitty Cat and Ariel. Good morning, Alwyn, Debbie, the folks in Bacolet, the Sandersons, Pomrose, Mount Agnes, the MacMeos. Good morning. Eggy's my partner. The folks in the Sea Wet. Good morning. My tall partner, the driver of PAJ 810. He real tall, Oh my goodness me. In the absence of 8 bottles, you can use him to measure rum. Oh Lord God, it's a lucky thing I can't read. So even if he sends a letter from his lawyer, I can't read it. You know what I'm saying? Nice. That merits a letter from your attorney, man. Grenada. The thought of the day, though, is success is a sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Success is the sum of small efforts, which are repeated day in and day out. Again, whenever I use this sort of phraseologies, I remember Mr. Ray Charles from McDonald College. He was a POB teacher, and he always said, in order for you to get the concept, You have to adopt stick-to-itiveness, yeah? You've got to continuously do it. Do it over and over. Keep on doing it, and you'll get better and better. So success is a sum of small efforts, which are repeated day in and day out. Do not lose hope. Do not give up. Never give up. All right, let's see what's buzzing this morning quickly before we head into the news. Well, Grenada celebrates a remarkable surge in visitor arrivals. We also hear that Nawasa to enforce restrictions on water usage. 1,707 students are registered to sit the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment. That's the CPEA, which comes up next Wednesday and Thursday. Energy transition to be discussed at a Germany Caribbean Climate Talk seminar. Internationally, U.S. President Joe Biden, he warns a ferocious surge in anti-Semitism in the U.S. And in sports, I wish the men cricket team was getting these accolades, man. West Indies women's captain Hayley Matthews is one of 3 nominees for the ICC Women's Player of the Month award for April. Those are the buzzing stories this morning. You'll get more details on it. Again, I want to extend my deepest condolences to the family of the youngster, who I understand is originally from Windsor Forest area, but who is alleged to have committed suicide on Monday. This is just, I looked at the pictures of it, man, and it's sad. It's sad. It's really why must life be so terrible that someone would think of ending their own life? That is a situation where communities need to be there for each other. I mean, it is said that he had a little mental issues, but he got his medication and he came back and he was, back in society and not violent. No one thought of that. But who knows what he was going through on the inside, Sad. Be strong, okay? I had the opportunity of meeting a cousin of his on Monday, and oh my goodness, it's a sad state. Intercessors, pray for Grenada. There's something looming. Something is looming, you understand? We've got to ward off the evil forces, the demonic forces that are trying the best, Things seem to be looking up and, any case, folks, we've got to take that break. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Those of you who are on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Stick and stay with us.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Nexa, 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 right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Thanks for joining us. Grenada's newly established Transport Board is poised to make significant strides in enhancing the transportation sector across the nation. With a focus on addressing existing challenges and implementing innovative solutions, the board aims to bring about tangible improvements in Grenada's transportation infrastructure and services. More in this report.
The new Grenada Transport Commission is headed by David Bartholomew as Chief Executive Officer and Francis Paul as Chairman, alongside Prime Minister Honorable Dickon Mitchell as Minister with responsibility for transportation and Alva Brown, Permanent Secretary with responsibility for transportation, comprising a diverse group of industry experts, policymakers, and community representatives. The Transport Board is tasked with diversing strategies to streamline transportation operations, enhance accessibility, and ensure efficiency in service delivery. Speaking to the media on Tuesday, Prime Minister Mitchell pointed out that one of the initial steps is to change policy that will give them some level of authorization as to how the bus terminal in the various parishes operate and undertake infrastructural upgrades.
The state of the bus terminus is something that we wish to tackle immediately, but the solutions may still go into a medium to long-term process. So let me start with St. George's bus terminus. It's actually been operated by the Grenada Port Authority. So the Transport Commission currently has nothing to do with it and has no jurisdiction over it. That we need to change. And we've begun the engagement with the Port Authority. We've already sort of briefed the Cabinet that this is the route we wish to go. And the same applies for the Grenville and Sutter's bus terminus, because in a sense, these three centers represent the physical hub where a lot of our citizens pass through. And as the CEO pointed out, it is less than desirable.
Accessibility improvement is another area that the board has at the top of its list, as many face the issue of being stranded at certain times due to the absence of public transportation to go to their various destinations.
The chairman and the CEO alluded to the enormous buildup of persons, oftentimes in the sun, in the rain, outside of the bus terminus itself, or even at the bus terminus. Persons who go to St. Mark and St. Patrick in particular. And so what you find is that area is significantly underserved, and persons who live in that area are in a sense, significantly disadvantaged. So the initiatives that they've been talking about with the Bus Owners Association, Bus Owners Operators, is to see how we can immediately begin to put a system in place to alleviate the buildup of persons both on the eastern flank and on the western flank. So that is something that we're hoping that we can, and the CEO and so can guide, I'm saying almost immediately, once we can get agreement to sort of put in place as a temporary measure.
The Transportation Minister also revealed the board will launch a pilot project specifically aimed at transporting students to and from their various schools.
We are likely to invest in a pilot project specific to school children, for example. That may mean buying one or two electric buses at a particular school, and you then transport the children, and you collect the data coming out of that to then tell you, is this something that is feasible? Is this something that is sustainable? Is it something that makes sense? Are there alternatives to it? We are approaching the end of the third school semester, and then we have the summer period. So we are targeting September, which is the start of the new school year, to be in a position where we can have at least a pilot.
Recognizing the critical role of transportation in fostering economic growth and social development, the board is committed to implementing more initiatives that cater to the needs of both urban and rural communities. As the Transport Board embarks on its mission to transform Grenada's transportation sector, they have been engaging with various stakeholders, adopting a proactive approach and affirming a commitment to collaboration. This aims to pave the way for a more efficient, accessible, and sustainable transportation network that serves the needs of Grenada's growing population. Rena Thomas, GBN News.
Well, workers in the hospitality industry are likely to find it easier to get home in the not-too-distant future with the implementation of a night transportation system, provided that everything falls into place for the Transport Commission. Here's the report.
Have you ever ventured out past 11 p.m. and noticed hospitality employees lingering by the roadside waiting for a ride home? This scenario often unfolds because the buses provided by some companies have a limited drop-off range, leaving workers stranded beyond that point. Chairman of the newly reinstated National Transport Commission, Francis Paul, says this is an issue which has been ongoing for years, and the Commission hopes to tackle it.
In terms of recognizing the hospitality industry You have folks coming from the hotel, most time finish at 11 o'clock, and they would have a staff bus. But for instance, you may be going to Old Wester Hall, the staff bus drop you on the Wester Hall main road. You know, most of the times, 90% of those workers are females, have to walk the distance, unsafe, you're tired, and you still have to walk home. So that's where we want to implement the night bus project. Night and weekend.
Paul said the commission would have to do a thorough investigation into all the determinant factors that would contribute to alleviating this nighttime transportation burden for hospitality workers.
And again, we're looking at EVs to roll out that project. Again, we have to do the research, gather the data. We have to implement charging stations. That, and again, is another project in itself. We have to collaborate with, obviously, Green Lake, all the stakeholders, climate resilience, to ensure that we have a framework, legislative framework in place as well, safety standards to ensure that when it is done properly and there is a smooth rollout.
The announcement were made during Tuesday's press conference, which featured Prime Minister and Minister for Transportation Deacon Mitchell, Permanent Secretary with responsibility for transportation Alva Brown, the Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Transport Commission David Bartholomew, and Chairman of the Grenada Transport Commission, Francis Paul. Reporting for GBN News, I am Beverly Tellisford.
A plea has been made to young men in possession of illegal firearms to give up their guns and stop gun violence in Grenada. It comes from Prime Minister and Minister for National Security, Deacon Mitchell. Rena Pett Thomas reports.
In a moving appeal to the nation's youth, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell urged young men to shun the use of guns as a means of solving disputes. Addressing a pressing concern that has plagued various communities, Prime Minister Mitchell emphasized the urgent need for alternative approaches to conflict resolution, highlighting the tragic toll extracted by gun-related incidents. He implored upon young men to consider the irreversible impact of their actions on individuals, families, and communities.
We have to value our lives, right? Firearms, as I've said repeatedly, is a lethal tool. It really was invented to kill. And the fact is, as we've seen in recent times, when one kills one, they both go to the grave, they both leave a grieving family, and then you leave a stain on the nation, you leave a stain on the family, you leave a stain on the village and the community. So this is a personal appeal, first and foremost, as a young man, to the young men, to appreciate that whatever differences that we have amongst ourselves, that we can talk these things out, we can mediate these things, we can negotiate these things, we can discuss these things, we can even take it out on the basketball court and on the football field and on the cricket. That's the civilized way to do it. You could even sing songs about it. But the reality is ending each other's lives doesn't help you, it doesn't help the family.
Citing the alarming prevalence of gun violence in recent times, Prime Minister Mitchell underscored the collaborative commitment of government and the Royal Grenada Police Force to implementing measures aimed at curbing the proliferation of illegal firearms through dialogue and community engagement.
The police has begun to meet with some of them. Last week we met with, the police met with members from the Four Roads, Carnage area. Minister Williams and others met with some of the from Grandance. I've also indicated to the Commissioner of Police that I myself am happy to meet and engage with the young men in particular, because we recognize that's where a lot of the challenges, as well as some of the older men who may be encouraging or supporting this sort of behavior.
Prime Minister Mitchell also urged the young men to take advantage of the 90-day gun amnesty now in effect.
We're in the middle of the gun amnesty. I want to appeal to the young men because it's clear that there are firearms out there. That is why we did the amnesty, to hand in the guns. So we really want to take the opportunity to appeal to them, to say this is not going to end well for you. It is not going to end well for your families. It is not going to end well for the country. And ultimately, all of us as Grenadians will suffer. So I want to also appeal to citizens who know them, who can take the opportunity to speak with them, to encourage them, to turn in the firearms, to not engage in violence. governments and to help them address whatever some of the challenges or issues they may have in their villages and in their community.
Stakeholders, including civil society organizations and individuals, are also encouraged to join hands in the collective pursuit of a safer, more peaceful Grenada. It is believed that it is only through unity that the nation can overcome the threat of gun violence and pave the way of a brighter, more secure future for all. Rena Thomas, GBN News.
Now, firearms cases against a U.S. national are said to have been dropped, raising questions about the legal processes in Grenada. Rena Thomas has another report.
In a startling development, it has been revealed that a U.S. national linked to several firearms found in a container in Grenada has allegedly been freed of all charges against them. This revelation has sparked controversy and raised questions about the legal processes and transparency within the Grenadian authorities. Reports from reliable sources indicate that legal proceedings against the individual have been dropped. What's more concerning is the alleged lack of involvement or awareness of the Grenada Ports Authority in the decision-making process. The sequence of events leading to this development traces back to December 2022, when a number of guns and ammunition were uncovered during the routine searches at the St. George's Port. The items were traced back to a retired U.S. soldier residing in Grenada. The retired soldier claimed innocence, asserting that some of the weapons were unknowingly shipped from his U.S. residence by a third party. Among the seized firearms were high-powered semi-automatic rifles, some of which were prohibited under local laws. When approached for comment, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, who is also the Minister for National Security, expressed his lack of awareness regarding the latest development in this case.
No, I'm not aware of that. I have not been briefed on this, but it's certainly something that I would look into. Now that you've raised it. Thank you.
Efforts by the GBN News team to obtain clarity on the situation faced obstacles, as the Director of Public Prosecutions, Christopher Nelson, referred inquiries to the Prosecution Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force. When contacted, Officer Dragon from the Prosecution Department claimed to have no information and directed further queries to the court. Attempts to reach officials within the court were unsuccessful. GBN News is committed to uncovering more details surrounding the alleged dropping of charges in this case and understanding the rationale behind such a decision, if such is true. We will bring you more details as they come to hand. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
$1 million through the sale of a 91-day Treasury Bill on the regional government securities market. The rest of the details in this report.
The Treasury Bill will be traded on the secondary market trading platform of the Eastern Caribbean Securities Exchange on Thursday, May 9th between 9 a.m. and 12 noon. With a capped interest rate of 3.5%. The move, which aims to refinance the government's existing Treasury bills and Treasury notes and boost financial stability and efficiency, will be the second issuance of 91-day Treasury bills for 2024. Another is scheduled for August 9th. Potential investors are encouraged to contact their brokers if interested in participating in the Treasury bills. Notably, yields will not be subject to any tax, duty, or levy by the participating governments of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, offering an attractive investment opportunity for individuals and institutions alike. The prospectus provides insights into Grenada's economic projections up to 2026, shedding light on interest rate risk management strategies and the composition of the external debt portfolio. With a significant portion of the external debt contracted at fixed interest rates, Grenada demonstrates resilience in navigating potential fluctuations in the global financial landscape. According to the prospectus, the average time to refixing or ATR of the external debt portfolio is longer, standing at 11.6 years, with 13.8% of the external debt subject to refixing in 1 year. Notably, 91.1% of the external debt is contracted at fixed interest rates, providing a degree of stability, while the remaining 8.9% comprises floating rate debt from both multilateral and bilateral creditors. The Treasury Bill issues are authorized under the Public Debt Management Act 2015. The Constitution of Grenada mandates that principal and and interest payments are direct charges on the consolidated fund, ensuring accountability and transparency in financial transactions. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
The community of Apred 2, St. David, was in mourning today following Monday's discovery of a resident found hanging. Rena Thomas has this update.
The Royal Grenada Police Force has launched an investigation into the death of 24-year-old Jamal Felix of Apatute St. David, who was found hanging from a mango tree sometime after 4 p.m. yesterday, May 6th. According to a press release issued by the Royal Grenada Police Force, officers responded to reports of a hanging, and upon arrival at the scene, they discovered Jamal's motionless body hanging on a belt from a tree. He was subsequently pronounced dead by a medical practitioner, and a post-mortem will be conducted to determine the cause of death. The news team was told that the deceased, who is commonly known as Snuff Snuff by residents, was allegedly battling mental health issues. Andy Pear, a resident of the area, recounted the heart-wrenching moment when he discovered Jamal's body, reflecting the profound impact of this tragedy on those who knew him.
I did go and see after my goat and thing, and when I passed, it's like how I look one time in the area past the, how I look one time, I just see the person hanging. Yeah, so I just run up the same time and tell them people and them that I see somebody hanging.
The news has sent ripples of sadness throughout the village as friends, families, and neighbors grapple with the devastating loss of a beloved member of their community. Rena Thomas, GBN News.
The 8th annual Grenada Distillers Limited National Karaoke Competition kicks off tonight with the preliminary round of competition. This competition has become a staple on Grenada's entertainment circuit, providing a platform for aspiring singers to showcase their vocal abilities while competing for substantial prizes. Grenada Distillers Limited Ambassador at Large, Chris Edwards, says the event is not only a contest, but also a celebration of music, talent, and community spirit.
The preliminary competition is entitled to, the preliminary competition mandate is to basically go around Grenada and Karaoke to participating bars in different parishes to get contestants to participate in the competition, vying to be semi-finalists for their parish. And then, of course, we will have semi-finals in each parish, and then we go to the finals, which will be held on the 6th of July at the Trade Center.
He says the format is designed to entertain the audience as well as challenge the participants, starting with the preliminaries on May 7 until June 18. Only the top 14 will advance to the final. Over $25,000 in cash and prizes are up for grabs.
These people have been on me since December as to when the competition would be, because we've had it on different times of the year. So which is actually works out well for us. So we thought that we will do it now when there's not much activities happening just before Carnival. So but we expect a banner competition based on the feedback we've been getting from the artists and some of the bars who are participating, their contestants already. And we are very excited about the first one being tomorrow, the 7th, Tuesday the 7th, at Bum's Bar, formerly Black Mermaid and Lagoon Road. And then on Wednesday, we move to Cocoa Breeze Bar and Deli out in Malmont for the St. David and the St. David preliminary. Those both starts, the show time is at 8 o'clock.
Building the marine ecosystem. GBN ISAW is up next. Stay with us.
Tonight's ISAW submission comes from Mrs. Mark of Alpha Junior School. Her grade 3 students were assigned the task of building their own marine ecosystem. The project was used to teach the children the components of different ecosystems in the Caribbean while informing them about conservation efforts and allowing them to explore their creativity and imagination. Mrs. Mark said, quote, "They've portrayed what was required and I'm very proud of them for their hard work." End quote. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Sunshine Promotions is rolling out the red carpet for all mothers. It's a night of love. Saturday, May 11th at the dazzling Radisson Crown Ballroom. The celebration kicks off at 8 p.m. with the show starting at 9 p.m. Promising a night filled with joy, music, and appreciation. Prepare to be swept off your feet with performances from the legendary Mikey Spice. Mikey Spice. The dynamic Lion Paw, the sensational Valine, and the soulful Laura Lisa. It's a lineup that promises an unforgettable night. Get your limited early bird tickets for just $100 EC and ensure you're part of this grand salute to mothers. Tickets available at Giddens Pharmacy in St. George's, Wall Street, Wharf and Grenville, Chucky's Bar, Cass Unisex Boutique, Quick Stop, Pierre's Barbershop in Victoria, Calico Shopping Center in Sates, Rena Mills in Carriacou, Crown Collection, Health Plus Pharmacy Grenville, Heather's Boutique, and GoToFed.com. Stay connected with Sunshine Promotions on Facebook and Instagram for all details. It's a night of love. Saturday, May 11th at the Radisson Crown Ballroom.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sun Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anne, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
Are you a VIP? Have you taken the necessary steps to safeguard your child's health? Let's get it right. Get your child on their vaccination schedule. Our national protection and coverage is our national priority. Our actions will impact Grenada's health and wellness. Let's make childhood immunization and vaccination #1. I am Senator Jonathan Lacrette, and I am a VIP champion. Let's make all our children VIPs, vaccinated, immunized, and protected.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
From the fertile heart of Grenada to the far reaches of the globe, Ram's Supermarket brings together the best of both worlds. Savor the freshest locally sourced produce from our trusted Grenadian farmers and explore a curated selection of top quality international favorites. Experience a shopping journey where warmth meets a world of flavors and affordability meets premium quality. At Rams, we welcome everyone to discover the joy of global and local culinary delights. Nestled in Sugar Mill, Grand Anse, we are open all week to offer you a taste of home and beyond. Rams Supermarket, where our family, community, and the world come together. We are the good food people.
Natural disaster can change your life in minutes. Preparation is the best protection for your family and business. Prepare now. Create a disaster plan and make sure everyone knows what to do. Store water, non-perishable food, and medication. Remember basic emergency supplies such as batteries and flashlights. Trim overhanging trees. If trees near power lines are unsafe to trim, call Grenlec at 237 for assistance or advice. Install surge protectors to safeguard your electrical devices against outages and intermittent surges. Make sure your generator has an isolation switch. It will prevent power from feeding to our lines and electrocuting others. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
What it means to me, not a thing out of place that
In honor of the Grenada 50th Independence, the Royal Grenada Police Force Band presents the second annual Mother's Night Out. Mother's Night Out. The concerts all going down on Sunday, May 12th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Featuring live from TNT. It's crazy.
Time to come. America will have a black president.
John King.
How many more?
June Lodge. Together with the Hitman Inspector, Valine Ned, Samantha Dixon, Alex Phillip, Shane, Innocent, General PP, Kareem, Alexis, Ron Barry, the African Man, and much more. Dress code elegant. It's Mother's Night Out, the Grenada Trade Center from 5 p.m. on Sunday, May 12th. Lots of giveaways and prizes to be won. Champagne and roses on entry. You don't want to miss this amazing experience for mothers. Your tickets only $70 and are available from Kittens Pharmacy in Grand Dance and Grenville, Grenadian Optical, the Police Band House, Police Canteen. Make this a date for mothers.
All right, welcome viewers and listeners to the conversation this morning. As I told you, we have a very hectic morning, very busy morning. It's midweek, Wednesday, and it's a good time to talk about finances and so forth. So I've got with me in the studio two representatives. Well, as a matter of fact, there are four of them here, but we could only accommodate two, so the others are going to just sit by. They're representing ACB Grenada, and with me are Mr. Narcis Moïse. He's not related to the late Haitian president. I asked him that already. And with him is, he is this...
the Chief Credit and Sales Officer.
Right, lovely. Chief Credit and Sales Officer. And to his immediate right is Miss Cara Warner. She is the big lady, all right? She's the branch manager. So we're talking financing and small business and a whole lot of things. It's very important that you listen carefully this morning, because after the conversation, I would like you to just jump into your vehicles, get a taxi, and head on down to ACB Grenada. They're located, well, two branches, one in the heart of town and the other one what we popularly call Wall Street, isn't it?
That's correct.
I did it right?
Yes.
Lovely. Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. Elevate your business with ACB Grenada Bank. Simply smarter banking. Introduce us to that. Introduce us to that. Tell us what ACB is all about and everything. Like unlock your business potential with solutions tailored just for you. This thing that I'm talking is so nice on paper. So let the world hear and know what you're offering. Your success is our goal, and I like those taglines. So
yes. So at ACB Grenada Bank, we are launching what we call SME. It stands for Small Medium Enterprise. Okay. So we are launching this new product for customers with small businesses. So you can be in business as little as 3 months in order to access financing. So the goal of introducing this new product is basically to make it easier for the small businesses to access their banking needs. So easier for them to open their accounts, easier for them to access financing. So on Thursday, we are having a symposium.
That's tomorrow?
Yes,
okay.
That's tomorrow.
Right.
At the Trade Center Annex, where we are inviting persons to come out. Even if you're thinking of opening a small business, you're invited. If you are in business, even if it's not a new business, we are inviting you to come as well. We will have persons from the ECPC GC, that's the Eastern Caribbean Partial Guarantee
Miss
Fund.
Andrews and them. All right.
Yes.
Miss Andrews and Miss Triggs and them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So Mr. Moise will provide some additional information around it, but we'll also have the GIDC that will be there. They'll be doing presentations as well. So we're encouraging persons to come out, hear how easy it is to access the financing, what it's all about. They will have the opportunity to interact with us as well, where they can actually have conversations, because the purpose of this is to help persons to grow their business and for us to understand what your small business is about, because we know that the needs of each business is different and we want to tailor solutions based on your needs. Right? So we want to move you from one point to the next, right up until you become a large corporation. So we are starting with the small business, you can become a medium business, then you can become a large corporation. So we want to be there to guide you through the process in order to grow your business.
I'm happy to hear this, and especially with the inclusion of the ECPCGC thing, because in Grenada, one of the key hindrances to small and medium businesses excelling is the absence or the unavailability of collateral for people who are starting. So with the inclusion of the ECPC GC people there who provide partial security for, that's very interesting. I'm happy to hear that. Small businesses, this is your opportunity. So Mr. Moise, how are you this morning?
I'm doing very well.
Okay.
I'm very happy to be here. Well, basically what we want to do is, as my colleague would have mentioned, is to make it easier for the average Grenadian to access funding. Historically, and you alluded to it before we actually went on air, persons have been challenged getting funding from the bank. So we've gone back to the drawing board, we've revisited our policy, and we've made it easier for the average small person to access funding. So a lot of the stringent guidelines that we would have had, we've relaxed that. And what we recognize is that a lot of customers would have had challenges providing a lot of the reporting requirements for loans. So in terms of the requirements, what we've done, we've relaxed it to make it easier to onboard customers. So the qualifying criteria we've addressed, and we've also addressed the back end of it as it relates to the partial guarantee. Because a lot of those customers, they have very good viable businesses, but they are unable to provide the collateral. So the partnership with the ECPCGC is really to provide that back-end collateral to help those customers qualify. It is about trying to get the average person to start a business. Persons who've been in business for 3 months can actually qualify once they have some kind of record keeping that we can work with. The old way of assessing small business customers, where we treat them like large corporates, is no more. We've recognized that the needs are unique, and we have to treat them differently in order for them to move and grow their businesses. So that is basically what we are pushing here today. We want Grenada to know that ACB is a serious bank. We are in the market to help and to nurture those businesses. And we want to address it from the front end in terms of how we onboard, and the back end as well in terms of the collateral. So this is really the message we want to leave with the average Grenadian. And it's not just about funding per se. We want to build that relationship to have those regular conversations, so we can do the site visits. We get to know what your business is all about and how it's performing. So we work with you, and we go through the life cycle with you, see your business move from small to medium to large, and then you can create employment in Grenada. Because at the end of the day, the small business community is the engine of growth in most countries, and it is for Grenada as well.
A good colleague of mine, we actually worked in the Department of Cooperatives together many years ago. And he got into a small business, and he said to me, innocent, small business is big business in Grenada. And I did not understand. I mean, he's a kind of extemporanean person. But when I sat and looked at it, the small and medium businesses in Grenada form the core of the business. The big conglomerates, like I wouldn't call the name, I ain't getting them additional promotion until they pay for it. But the small businesses, the little shops, and we're seeing proliferation of a lot of vending and so forth. These are the things that are stimulating the economy. But like I said earlier, one of the key setbacks is, one of them, there are others, is the collateral issue. All right, you come up with a business idea and you know from inside it could be viable, but you don't have your grandmother or your father didn't leave a big piece of land for you and no set of money. So going to the financial institutions had become a hindrance. All right, one of the other factors that I know affects and it continues to affect, it affected and continues to affect small businesses, is record keeping. And I wish I mentioned it to other institutions before, that when small business owners come, sometimes they're not intellectually or academically inclined enough to really get into the recording. So I would love to see something, and in a pre session with the ECGC-PC people, that was one of the talks, that they would provide accounting services and so forth, monitoring services. Some of the small businesses would thrive well, but these people only know, okay, I can cook, so I will cook. I need somebody to give me the figures and so forth. And this sort of supporting role is so necessary in this economy. So are you going to be different, or you're just talking different and then you come and you fall in the same bowl of kalalusu?
No. We will be different. One of the first things we want to do is to encourage small business owners to register the businesses, because I think quite a few persons operate businesses on the side of the road, but there's no formal registration. For any small business person to benefit from what we have on offer, the first step is to have the business registered.
So hence the reason why GIDC is there, because they assist with the registration and so forth.
So that is why we've actually engaged, and we've kind of partnered with the GIDC to help us drive that initiative. But we want to encourage them to register the businesses, and also we want to push and encourage them to get the record keeping going. As I said, we have one of the arrangements through the ECPCGCs to provide funding for customers who've been in business for 3 months. Right? So they may not have the standard accounts and you know, but we can review their bank statements, and we can have conversations with them, and we can use that to encourage them to prepare, because you can't run a business if you do not keep records. That is the only way you can measure how the business is doing. That is the only way you can help improve on the business performance. So it is not just funding, but it is relationship building, and it is conversations around record keeping, how to take your business to the next level. I mean, I think this is what we want to be known for. That is how we want to differentiate ourselves in the market. We do not want to just be the bank that driving loans. We want that partnership. We want that relationship. We want to be able to be that partner for the life cycle of the business. So you can say that ACB has been with me from the embryonic stage of my business to where I am today. So the business is growing, you're employing more persons, the economy of Grenada is benefiting, and it's good for the country.
That sounds good. I hope it's not a case of a young man coaching the young lady for the first time and telling her that I will fight a lion for you, and when a dog came he couldn't fight it. I want to see, right? I really want to see that sort of transformation. We're in the transformative agenda now. The financial sector in Grenada, sometimes it's too much about the bottom line profitability of the organization and not the overall development and growth of the economy. And in doing that, what you find happening, if the economy thrives well, people need more banking services. So I think it's so imperative that we start from down there and work up, and then you reap the benefits of the economic growth and development in the country as well. Now, why should somebody choose? There are about 1 million other financial institutions on the island, and my audience both home and abroad, because we have a diaspora listening as well, they would want to choose. Why choose ACB? You've just come on the market, maybe the latest financial institution on the market. What makes you different? What makes you outstanding?
Okay. Well, as Mr. Moise would have mentioned, for us, we are not looking just as the bank itself. We are looking to build relationships with our clients. We want our clients to know that we care about their business. We care about their business doing well. And as Mr. Moise would have mentioned as well, we are not in the business of just giving you the financing and leaving you on your own. We'll be doing visits. We'll be checking in with you because we want to see your business grow. We want to see your business do well. So we think building and developing and maintaining that relationship with clients is what is important to us and what will make us different. So we want to encourage persons, to come, seek us out, come at the symposium. There's a lot there that they'll be able to learn. We'll be there from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's tomorrow at the Trade Center Annex. And our team will be there as well. So persons who are attending will be able to engage with us. We'll be engaging with them. So we really want to encourage persons to come and have that experience. The experience that will be there is the same thing you will experience when you visit our branches as well. So as you said, it's not that we are doing it just at the beginning of the relationship. It's something that we are will carry out throughout your relationship with us, where we will continue to develop and maintain that relationship with the clients. So the relationship building part of it is very important to us.
Do you see ACB extending a branch to the rural communities, let's say St. Andrew or St. Patrick, because that's where the breadbasket is? That's where we would find a lot of agricultural businesses, farming, animal rearing, and so forth. Do you see ACB Bank opening a branch or an extension office or something like that, a sub office in Grenville or something like that? Do you see that in the future?
It's something that we are always willing to explore and so on. However, because we don't have a branch there, it doesn't mean that we are not open to doing business with persons in the rural community, because we are aware of the level of technology that exists. We have our debit cards where we are encouraging persons not to use that much cash. Utilize the card because it also allows with record keeping. So instead of taking the cash to make purchases, use your card. You can use it in any of the stores around, any of the companies. Most persons accept debit cards and credit cards, and it allows for them to keep that record. So they really don't have to. We really and not disadvantaging the clients right now by not having a branch there. We want to encourage them to utilize the technology that we have in order to still be able to access their banking needs. We also have our online banking where they can actually transfer monies from their phones right to your account, so they don't have to actually visit a branch to do these type of transactions. So we want to make people aware of these things, that they can do their own banking with the use of technology. You don't actually have to visit a branch to do these type of things.
That's the direction the world is going, but the population in Grenada still have this high level of hesitancy as it relates to this technological financing thing. I have some pushbacks to it too, because some folks have a different perception of what shopping online is and all kind of thing like that. But I am happy. I'm very, very happy to hear that approach being taken by the ACB Grenada Bank, especially that proposed partnership with the ECPCGC, and I want to use the opportunity and encourage small, medium businesses to come on down to that symposium tomorrow. It's at the Trade Center Annex. It starts from 6 and runs till 5 and runs till 8. You'll get the opportunity to mingle with folks from the ECPCGC as well as the management and staff of ACB Grenada Bank. Come on down, ask your questions, get clarifications with some things that you might have been pondering in your head. No, there are no stupid questions. All right, ask what you want to find out about and subsequently make that decision, and happy to know that ACB Bank will be there to guide you and support you. And they promise, and I'm going to hold them to that promise, they promise to be different in that they are going to work with you from start through and until that point where you move your business from a small business to a medium business to when you become that corporation.
Yes.
I'm correct?
That is so important because, as we said a while ago, we want to be seen as the bank that help the small vendor on the side of the road who's trying to establish something at home. That you asked a question about what would make us different. I think that is what we want to push to create that differentiation in the market. The fact that we've relaxed our policy. Most banks have very stringent policies as it relates to small business customers because they typically treat them the same way as the large corporates, as I said earlier. We have gone all out to relax our policies to make it easier to onboard small business customers. So it is something that we've addressed at the policy level and not just talk, where we go out there and we say we have the capacity to assist small business customers, but we don't have the policy to back it up. So a lot of the guidelines and the parameters that we would typically have for our large corporates, we've relaxed to make it easier to onboard the lady who wants to start a little sewing business, the gentleman who wants to start this little agro-processing business, because Grenada is known for agro-processing, for the agriculture sector. So we want to be able to bring the fishers, the farmers, those persons who have small businesses but who have not been able to access funding. So the whole idea of financial inclusion is what we want to drive, to get everybody on board, to make them feel important. I mean, a lot of persons still don't have bank accounts.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to onboard those persons to make them feel part of the...
I have 5, but they're all empty. Okay, so folks, again, I want to take the opportunity and thank ACB. When I heard of the interview this morning, I said, okay, they come in and push another card or something like that. But I'm very, very pleasantly surprised with that propose working along with ECPCGC. Good morning to Ms. Triggs and Ms. Andrews. Good morning to you. You all are difference makers in Grenada, and I'm really, really happy that you all are not merging, but working along with another institution again. And I hope this time it really gets off the ground because it was tried with other institutions. And so your name starts with A. A is first, so let it be the first.
Yes, definitely.
Right? So I'll give you both 30 seconds to invite people to come to the symposium tomorrow again and tell them why they should come.
Yeah, I'll start off. I just want to encourage persons to attend the symposium tomorrow. We don't want this thing to be another talk shop. We want to stand by what we say. We want to be out there to help, the small business persons in Grenada, sorry.
We
want to
Antigua, you could come down too.
So the focus is on, helping our small business persons in Grenada, helping their businesses grow and taking them to the next level. We've made it easy, as I said, at the front end to onboard, and we've partnered with the ECPCGC to provide that collateral that historically has been a problem. So we open for business, and we want to encourage Grenadians, PT Martinique and Karaoke to come on board.
Yes.
Miss Warner.
Yes. And I'll just remind persons where the symposium will be held. It's at the Trade Center Annex. It's tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're encouraging persons to come out. If you're a startup, if you're even thinking of starting a business, if you're if you already have an existing business, we welcome you. And our branches, we are located on Melville Street. That's the old NIS building, and we are also on Wall Street. So if for any reason you're not able to make it, you can visit any one of the branches, and our representatives will be very happy to accommodate you.
Well, Miss Warner and Mr. Juvenile's cousin, Mr. Moise, thank you for, giving us this very, very pertinent and critical information in a time. It's so important in a time as now to hear that conversation. But I am going to challenge you. All right, and usually when I say I'm challenging you, I'm following up and letting it go on the radio. You understand? If only and hold up to the word. That be that change that the people, small business people have been looking for. I have personally encouraged other institutions to come along, go out into the fields and see what the people are doing, be integrally involved. That in itself could be a motivator. Okay, they came this time and I was here. Next time they come back by me, I want to be there. It's so important to do that. So I really want you to walk the walk and not just only talk the talk this time. I'm challenging you to that.
Yes.
And I'll see you tomorrow evening.
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow evening.
Thank you.
Folks, I've been speaking with Mr. Narcis Moise and Miss Kara Warner. Yes, from the ACB Grenada Bank, inviting you to be at that special symposium tomorrow at the Grenada Trade Center Annex. They will be joined by representatives from the ECPCGC, that's the Eastern Caribbean Partial Guarantee, something. But in any case, these are the people who, if you have a business proposal and you do not have sufficient collateral, they are able to put up to 80% of the collateral for you. So I think it's a worthy venture. So going out tomorrow, all out at the Trade Center Annex, starting from 5, going right up till 8. We take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Coming up, Barbados is heating up with enhanced attractions and hotel properties. World Cup cricket's touching down in the Caribbean. And Trinidad and Tobago is ready in the food department. A year's worth of beaches and more. We're talking about the Antigua and Barbuda experience. The rising stars of the track and the pool. Caribbean Village cricket. There's endless action on and off the field. It's all next on this station.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it. And relax. Eliminate violence. Whoa, whoa. Rock the box, we say, yeah. GBN, we say, arts and culture living, yeah. Rock the box, we say. I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box, we say. I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box, we say. We'll be jamming here on a Thursday. It's a
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Looking for that injection of vibes and energy, of course? Well, I've got just that. Hi, my name is Gary Mr. Smooth, and I'm inviting you to join me on the Hot Morning Show on Hot 98.5, 98.7 FM. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 in the morning. I've got a healthy dose of your favorite and most infectious hits sampled with information, news, laughter, and all the other ingredients that go into making the hottest morning show on the radio. The Morning Heat. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit us up on WhatsApp, 435-7517. We've got topics, we've got discussions, calls, voice notes, and so much more. But I can't tell you everything. You gotta tune in. The Hot Morning Show on Hot FM, 98.5, 98.7. With yours truly, Gary Mr. Smooth. Kaboom!
Mention the wing high, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low power that.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me, and ask for a piece of cake. I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page, and YouTube channel for We Culture.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. Again, this morning I'm joined by my good friend. She's been so frequent with me that I feel like she's a co-worker, Ms. Janelle Lewis from the Grenada Office of Creative Affairs. Good morning. You have a lot of good reports to give us.
Good morning, Innocent. Yes, I do. I have a lot of updates to give this morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine. The Saharan dust is not affecting me as much as you.
It is affecting me. My eyes are not mine.
Okay, all right. So let's, with the time we have left, it really peeves me that every time you come, we're rushing. I want you to come and spend an entire hour with me.
Yes, we'll have to book that.
Yeah, we have to do that because you have a lot of information to share with us, and most of the times, due to time constraints, we rush. But you have a workshop that's coming up. But before you tell us about the workshop, you were calling for creatives and you were asked to visit the schools and do. How did that go?
Right. So we put out a call for creatives so that they can volunteer their time for our school tour initiative. So the school tour initiative is there so that we can encourage young students to consider creative careers as an actual path for what they want to do in the future. Not just think of lawyer, doctor, teacher, policeman, because when I was in school, that's what it was. So now we want them to actually look at the people who have done it, look at the people who do it and enjoy it, and they're still doing it, even though they had a few challenges along the way. We want them to get that inspiration from real life creatives, from the people who actually do it. So we put out a call for creatives to volunteer. We had a lot of volunteers, The link is online on our website, on our social media pages. So a lot of them volunteered. We still want more, but we visited 4 schools. Remember, we started last week, so we visited 4 schools. We visited the Wester Hall Secondary, St. David's Catholic Secondary, the Happy Hill Secondary School, and St. John's Christian Secondary School. And it was a fulfilling moment. It was awesome. The creatives that we brought along, they enjoyed it. They enjoyed imparting their knowledge, sharing their journey. We had junior Checkley, he has been with us to all 4 schools. So there are some that came to 2, others that came to 2, but Junior Checkley came to all 4 schools with us for that school tour initiative. So we're still looking for creatives. Give us a call, 534-4622. Find out how you can volunteer so that when we book the remainder of the schools, you'll be able to come along with us. And the creatives did, some of them, they just spoke, did a presentation on the careers. Some of them actually showed what it is that they do. We had Mr. Andre Hayes from Mind Eyes Imagery. He allowed the students at the St. David's Sec to actually make a stop motion video. So they had the camera and everything, and they had their assistant, and they were moving the little pieces, so they really enjoyed it. And it was so engaging. They asked a lot of questions. Some of them, they're going to ask, how much money you're making? If you're doing this, how much you're selling this for? And the creatives they were open, and they were telling them, things come along the way. There are times that a client would ask for something that you don't do, and then they went ahead and they learned it so that they can start offering the service. So it was a really good experience, and I know the creatives felt good imparting that knowledge, inspiring the rest of them. And I must speak to the St. John's Christian Secondary. They have such a good creative program. They said that they teach the children singing. One of the teachers is a songwriter. They actually give us a good performance. They give us a stage performance. Wow. They performed 2 songs for us. They showed us a video that they produced. They had the drummer on set. They had the singers and so on. They play the guitar. They teach them to play the keyboard. So it's really good to see the schools actually nurturing the creative talent in our young children.
Let me ask you this. While we're on this, can we identify any Grenadian who is in the creatives that we can say, quote unquote, successful? I mean, financially stable. And when you look at, it might be a bit unfair, but if we talk in the creatives, when you look at the song stars in the US,
right?
Look at Rihanna. Rihanna is a billionaire now.
Yeah. But I think success varies from person to person. Mm-hmm. And that's what we want to, we don't want them to think that, you have to be this big song star to be successful. You can actually do this as long as you do what it is that you love and you enjoy doing it and you make a living from it. We'd like to believe that I'm not saying that it should be enough, but if that is okay with you, then that is okay. That is okay too. Okay. You can do that, do it, you love it, and make a viable living off of it. And there are creatives that make a lot of money, if we're talking in that aspect. There are some that make a lot of money. They're able to hire people. So, some of them, they might be small, it's just them. And then there are others that are able to hire other individuals within their organizations. And ultimately, we do want it to be that you have a company and you're able to alleviate the unemployment crisis that is happening right now. So that's hopefully, we hope that one day everybody can get there. But we want the students to know that even if you don't get there, you are still successful within your own rights.
Okay. All right. We have 4 minutes. So we have a workshop coming up where we'll be teaching our folks to do record keeping and things like that.
Right. So the workshop stems out of the business development fund that we launched back in December. So there are individuals that would have received grants from the fund, vouchers from the fund, and loans from the fund. However, there are some who inquired. They asked, how can I get this? And for some reason or the other, they haven't, they didn't come back. Some reason or the other, they're stuck in that pipeline there. Whether it is that they don't have proper documentation for their business, they don't have a business plan, a project overview, record keeping, or whether or not they just thought of the requirements and felt overwhelmed and retreated. We don't necessarily know every single component that contributed to them being stuck in the pipeline. But there are a few who inquired, and then that's it. Their documentation is not in order, other things are not in order. So this workshop is called Crafting Success. Okay. And it is specifically there to talk about the fund, to talk about the components of the fund, to talk about the importance of financial planning. Because yes, I can say, I want $30,000, but I need to make sure that I properly use that $30,000 and invest it wisely into my business so that it can be viable. Because Next thing I use $30,000, and then that's it. I'm back at square one. So the importance of financial planning, the importance of record keeping. We'll also be doing a few pre-applications because the workshop is in collaboration with GDB because they are the administrators of the fund. So they'll be doing a few pre-applications for the ones who might have gotten stuck, but it worked in the background and then something happened and they forgot themselves. So now we're kind of getting them back into it. So hey, let's do this. Let's proceed. Let's get you this funding. Let's get your business going.
When is that workshop?
It's happening next Tuesday at the Public Workers Building between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So we want people to register. Our link is on our website. It's also on our social media. Register for the workshop. We want to have as much people as possible. If it is that we have too much, don't worry. We'll do it again because we don't want anybody to get left out. So for tomorrow is the last day to actually register. Tomorrow, Thursday, is the last day to register for the workshop. It's happening next Tuesday. Go ahead, send your information. If you need additional information, give us a call, send us a WhatsApp message. We're very responsive on WhatsApp, so don't worry. You can send a message if you don't have the time to call. Send a message on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and we'll get back to you.
So in essence, you're saying if folks, what's the capacity you're looking for?
I think the max we can hold right now for this one is 40.
So if 60 people apply.
If 60 people apply, we would work with them and do, because we don't want, we don't want to say you snooze, you lose, you didn't get through the first time. No. So if anything that we see as an office, we're very proactive and reactive also, because we're proactive in terms of offering this workshop. But if we realize that there is more and there's a need for more, we are going to give you more. Okay. We're going to give you more. We don't want to just leave you hanging. The same with the fund. We don't want to say that, we're offering this option for financing and leave it there. If we realize that you're having difficulties, because we want you to be successful, it's not just doing it for doing its sake. We want to do it and make sure you get it and make sure that your creative business thrive, and we have a society or economy where the creative industries actually contribute towards it, and they do, but it was more in an informal setting, so we want to make sure that they do that.
I like that model. Ms. Lewis, I'm going to ensure that the next time you come, we sit for the entire conversation, because we have a lot to talk about, but we have to
and
run
I'll
off
bring
now.
some friends.
Lovely. Yeah, the more the merrier.
Yes.
All right. So thank you, and I wish you all the best with that workshop. That's next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, yes.
At the Public Workers Union building, and we'll get more information on that.
Okay, sure thing.
Folks, that's it for the conversation this morning. Those of you who participated one way, not so much interaction this morning, but thank you for being there with us. And if the good Lord spare lives, we look forward to another conversation tomorrow, same time, same place, frequencies and channels. I love you. Bye-bye.